Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Clearly I'm not in my typical space, and that is because I am home for the holidays, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from posting my weekly video. So here we are. These are your weekly messages. Tomorrow is Christmas, so my brothers are loud, I apologize. So the weekly message is going to be for today, with tomorrow being Christmas, all the way through the end of this year, because New Year's is next Wednesday, right? So the last day of the year. So let's see what we have to expect for this last week of the year, okay? What does everyone need to know for their highest and their best for this last week of 2020? What does everyone need to know for their highest and their best for this last week of 2020? Okay, let's see what we got here. What does everyone need to know? What does everybody need to know? Okay. Ooh, okay. What I need to know. Interesting. Okay, let's take one more card. And we have, wow, these cards just want to keep coming out. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Hermit card in reverse, the Temperance card, and this last card that fell out is the Four of Coins in reverse. So let's see. So with this Ace of Swords, I'm seeing the title of this card is Powerful Clarity, okay? With this ace is always seed, potentials, beginnings. It's a burst of raw energy, raw power and energy that you need to utilize when it comes to you, okay? So with this card, it's the sword, and swords is conflict, communication, logic, will, intellect. And for this, it's like, it's our mind. It's that air energy, it's, so with this, you see like a sword cutting through the scaffolding. And in this, the title of this card is Powerful Clarity, because it's like this scaffolding is all of your perceptions, all of your ideas, all of your thoughts, all of your dreams, all of this outside stuff. And you're cutting through all the bullshit basically with this card. And you are starting to see the truth. Like maybe you've been wondering something for a while, and all of a sudden something is going to become clear to you in this last week of 2020, which, a lot of things have been becoming clear since the solstice was on the 21st, and with the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction and us switching into this like new age of Aquarius. And that energy is still definitely with us, and we are definitely feeling that and feeling the effects of that and starting to see things more clearly. So I think that this card really goes for that. And then we have the Seven of Wands card here in reverse. Now, Seven of Wands. So sevens represent persistence and individuality, and wands is that fiery, passionate energy. It's creative energy. It's ambition, aggression, professional development, personal development, and like so. The title of this card is Unshakable Determination, okay? However, it was in reverse. So with this card, it's like you're going to face some sort of conflict, like you're facing some sort of challenge, and like that challenge is going to be unexpected, and even more surprising is that the people who are against you. So it may be some of your colleagues and maybe some of your friends, and you didn't expect that type of pushback, that type of feedback from people. But that's what you're getting. But with this card, it's like, okay, well, you have unshakable conviction. Like you are ready to stand your ground. You are ready to defend what you believe is for you. So even though these people are coming at you, you are ready for it, and you have the advantage. You're coming from a higher ground. You have the higher ground. You have the advantage with this card. But it is in reverse, and with reverse cards, it means the energy of that card is there, but something is blocking it, whether that be for, better or worse, LOL, like marriage. So it's like, so maybe you don't have that unshakable determination with this. Like maybe in this last week, like you'll start feeling some pushback on your ideas, or and that pushback from other people may make you feel apprehension or indecision towards whatever you were thinking about doing. and it might bring about some hesitation from you that could result in loss. So so the message here with that card is that we don't want to do that. Okay, you have the power, like I said, like the energy of this card is there. So you have that unshakable determination. You have that higher vantage point. You can defend what you want. So don't let all these other people around you who have other things to say get in your head and make you think twice about something that you know is right for you. Because if you let them get in your head, then you're not going to be able to get there. You're not going to be able to achieve what you want. And then now we have this Hermit card next, in reverse. This is the Hermit card. You know, it shows someone, it's what number is it? It's number 9, which is a powerful card of completion. You know, it's like you're heading towards the culmination, which we are heading towards the culmination of this year of 2021. And this, you know, shows someone, you know, with a flashlight going into the dark of the woods. The title of this card is Quiet Observation. It's about someone taking the time to go deep into the depths of their mind and to like look at what's there, even in the darks and in the depths, and not being afraid of what they might find there. Because yes, sometimes things will not look pretty. So not every aspect of you yourself is always like the best aspect that you might necessarily think. However, you know, when you're able to look at it without shame, when you're able to actually see and not be afraid to go look at those deep dark crevices, that is when you're able to heal from it. That's when you're able to learn from it. And that's what this card is about. It's about quietly observing. It's about going inside, meditating, you know, figuring out, reassessing, and introspection. Okay, but because this is in reverse, it means that maybe, you know, that's what is needed. You know, it means that maybe that's what we're thinking, but we're like thinking like, okay, it's the end of the year. This is the time where I think about my life. I think about what's been going on this whole year. I think about what moves I have made, what moves I haven't made, what has worked, what did not work for me. And now it's time to like move forward in that direction, right? But clearly something is blocking it, and maybe that has to do with the 7 of Wands. Like, people are getting in your head, so maybe you had some quiet observation, you know, because with this in reverse, it's like carelessness. It's lazy attention to self. It's like the unwillingness to look at yourself, to look at what's going on. It's like lazy patterns of behavior. You're like, oh, I don't even care about it. I don't feel like looking at myself. I don't want to do any self-work. I'm just going to keep going, bumbling around type of energy. But clearly what is needed here is that quiet solitude, and you need to be introspective, because when you're careless and when you're not thinking about things like that, that's when you become susceptible to letting other people's ideas about what you want for your life stop you, okay, with this, like the 7 of Wands. So the next card we have here is Temperance, which is number 14, and this is the Temperance card. You know, it shows somebody sitting calmly and water, you know, and the Temperance card is the meditation card of this deck. So there goes, like, these are the messages going in right here with the Hermit, which is quiet observation, and then we have Temperance upright. So like, maybe at the beginning of this week, you're like, wow, I have clarity, I'm getting clarity on something, and then with that clarity, you start to tell people what like new decisions you've come to, and then they're giving you pushback, and you're not necessarily at a place yet where you feel ready to stand your ground. So that pushback that you didn't expect, because it is a surprise, it kind of brings you back into your shell, and it kind of brings you back into being like, oh, well, I'm not even going to really think about what I want for my life, because clearly other people, you know, are not resonating with that. And that is why you're struggling with this Hermit card and quiet observation, because what you were going to do with that powerful clarity was like, you know, introspect, like think about what you want for your life, you know, analyze yourself, like figure out what's going on. But you kind of, you know, struggle with that because of that pushback, but you're going to get back to it, because at the end of this, I see Temperance, you know, they can't get in your head for too long. So definitely calls for meditation, the Temperance card. It is, the title of this card is listening within. Okay, quiet observation and listening within. Okay, these are the messages here. So that's what we need. It's about, you know, inner listening and harmony between the physical and the spiritual. Okay, and with Temperance, it's also a message, because a lot of times we tend to look at situations from an either or perspective, but the Temperance card invites us to consider that all things are possible, even when they appear to be at odds. You know, life is not static. What we need will vary across time, across each situation. Okay, so you know, our needs aren't static, and what we think we need, you know, even if different things seem at odds, you know, even if you're at odds with people around you, there is a middle way, and that's what this card is about. But the way to find that middle way is to take that quiet observation and to go inside and to meditate within, and you know, to put your perceptions, your impatience aside, and to figure out what your soul truly needs, instead of not just what your ego wants or even what other people's egos are trying to push onto you. So that is like the message. It's like to meditate, go within, do that introspection. Don't let other people's thoughts block you. You know what you need, and you will only know what you really need when you meditate and figure it out, okay? And you strip away all that excess baggage, all those perceptions and all that, and you are able to have that powerful clarity because you're not bogged down by other people's thoughts, or even all this indoctrination that we face, you know, from the moment that we're alive. And then this last card, this underlying card, is the Four of Coins in reverse, which also keeps coming out for me. And fours represent rootedness, stability, and foundation. And coins is an earth energy. It's a passive energy. It's about finances. It's about health. It's about wealth. It's about the senses. It's about practicality. It's about money. And so with this card, because fours represent rootedness, stability, and foundation, and coins is earth, and it's also groundingness. In this situation, it's your finances are secure. Sorry, that's what this is. But the title of this card is Forgotten Joy, okay? However, it's in reverse. So what I'm seeing is that may be like what was going on, but we're pushing past that as we head into this new year. That's how we're ending out the new year. We are getting our joy back that we forgot about, okay? Because with this card, you know, you see like these are some 4 gold coins. They're big ass gold coins, and they're just sitting in a tent in the middle of the wilderness like somebody just left their whole treasure behind. You know, and with this, it's like, okay, you had some idea, maybe you had some project, maybe you wanted to do something, but and you had a lot of ideas about it, and you got the funding for it, and you had all of this idea, but maybe you like thought about it for fun, and now you kind of forgot about it. It's like what you were thinking about in the first place, the reason you started saving, the reason you started planning for this, it's kind of grown stagnant, and you've kind of lost the joy within that, okay? Because a tight grip has restricted the flow of life. So this card usually, the message of it is that it's time to turn your attention towards your rigid relationship with money, okay? Because it's, you know, saving for the sake of saving. However, with this being in reverse, it means that that is like the energy that may have been going on in the past. You know, this whole year you had this whole idea about what you were going to do, and then, you know, you were saving all this money, but then coronavirus happened. So, you know, it's like, oh, what does this money really mean? You're like, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen, so I can't use this money to do this project that I wanted to do. And you kind of like lose the joy in it all because you're too busy like holding on to like what you do have, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. However, the reversal of this is like emotional freedom, clarity of values, just like this powerful clarity with the Ace of Swords. It is connection to others. It is balance. It is non-attachment, and it is generosity, which is a great way to end this year, you know, with Christmas coming as well. So it's like you're breaking out of that as you go into this new year, because you realize, you know, we lived basically this whole year. We're about to reach a year in like 3 months with living with COVID, and it's like, okay, like I was tight and I restricted myself, but now I have enough. Now I have enough to give back. Now I see what I want for my life, and I am going to use what I have saved and use what I have learned in this year and use what I have learned about myself through introspection to move forward, and to move forward in a way that allows me to be free, and a way that I am clear about what I want to do and where my values lie, and that you are able to balance things, and that you're not so attached to the idea of money or to some specific thing. You are divinely guided. Yeah, so be generous as we go into this next year. You know, come in with that energy. So that is the weekly message for this last week of 2020. And please let me know if it resonated with you, if either now or next week, if you feel the energies. And just let me know, you know, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling the energies that are going on? Because there's just a lot of shit in the air right now, you know, and we have a full moon next week as well. So it's like a lot's going on. So, you know, please comment down below if it resonates with you. These messages were conjured by Aria. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you can know whenever I post a new video. And you can always book a personal reading with me. Just DM me on my Instagram at Aria Charles, AriaCharles. or you can message me directly on here on YouTube, and I will get back to you and we can set up that reading. And I will do pre-recorded readings, and I also offer 1 hour FaceTime readings as well. So whatever you want. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a happy holidays. Bye.